This is the Last Dope podcast with your two hosts. I'm DJ J Stacey.
And your tia's favorite DJ, DJ Jedi.
And today we have Mr. Dirty 760. 760.
El Sucio.
What's up, everybody?
Many names. What are some more of those names?
Sucio, dirty mouth, fucking tierra.
The guy that throws bottles in the store.
Bottle in the storm, being a fucking travieso.
You're going to love that story.
You know?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Thank you guys for having me out here. It's been a while. I mean, we kind of missed each other like so many
times.
Well, it's been a while because this fucker didn't show up like 3
I
times.
know.
I got to put that out there.
Yeah.
I have to put it
It's
out
my
there.
fault.
It's not that we didn't want him. He's
It's-
just
no,
the
yeah.
scheduling.
The scheduling.
And then I ain't gonna lie, man. It's funny because people be like, hey, Dirty said he wants to come on. Man.
Like, are you sure he's going to come now? Like, you sure?
You know what? And I can vouch. You know, it is my fault, but I get pulled different.
It's just the timing,
you know?
bro. No,
Yeah.
none of your fault.
You know, I wish. I sometimes
man.
I just wish I would have a split double. Like, hey, you cabrón, go that way. You cabrón, go do that.
Hey, but you know what? It's perfect timing because we're like had a lot of interviews in, so we feel a lot more comfortable. After yesterday, we feel
We were here for about 3 hours.
shit.
You just say if this podcast was more, your show would have been long. Like the
Yeah.
whole fucking novela. Hey, you know.
it would have been like an add-on to
Like
the
on a
podcast.
Tony Vision level? That long?
No, not that long. I mean, yeah.
It could have gone.
It could have got longer, bro.
Damn.
You know.
Man, but anyways, man, okay. So you live here in the Imperial Valley, but you're from the Coachella Valley, right?
Yeah, that's right. I grew up in Coachella, Cochelita, Calle Verde, 5-3, and Camacho. All those streets right there, down 52. A lot of my people from Coachella are going to know, like, oh, yeah, he did, you know. I still keep BG. You know, I grew up there. The valley was my spot. And from Coachella to Indio, from Indio to Thermo to Palm Desert, Palm Springs, DHS. I lived in DHS for 1 week, and that's the last time I'll ever be there. My brother lives there right now. I give him props.
Ghetto as fuck, huh? Oh.
It's dangerous as fuck.
I don't know what happened. I was drinking water.
My brother lives right by the police station. He goes, and I still don't feel safe.
Shit.
I'm like, yeah.
I know, man.
Well, I worked one like doing like maintenance shit like that, and then trust me, they were never there.
No,
They were never there. They were always on calls. And would come back with food. So
I grew up in the valley, out in Coachella Valley, and then in 2009, I was going through some hard times. Not as people would say, now you went through an addiction. Nah, I went through no job addiction. It was crazy. It's like the moment Obama became president, I lost a job, and I was working construction because rich spend money to make money. You know what I mean? And it sucked. Right. All these companies shut us down, so I had no job. I was working labor ready. I think that's where Dirty was actually formed because there was a part where I was living in a shack behind my brother's house, no power, hot as hell in the summer. And one night, it came into me and I started writing. I had already been writing. We had been already making songs with my brother's friends and everything. And I ended up writing this song called Lord Give Me a Reason, Oye Dios, and countless other songs that just came out from being in that shack. And a month later, my brother was like, hey, we're going to move out. Me and sis are going to be headed up to Palm Desert. You know, we wish we could take you, brother, but we went to a 2-bedroom apartment, you know, with the kids. So I was like, all right, cool. My mom's like, why don't you come down here? So came down here. So I've been here ever since then, you know, since 2009, you know.
Going back to your brother, let's not skip a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah.
But how did you get into rapping specifically?
So when I was younger, my brother's dad played in a banda. I mean, I'm talking about like banda machos, with the jackets, you know, the rhinestones, the 1990, 80 fro hair crow, like, you know, just banged out, you know what I mean? My mom was the same thing. She wore these tight mini skirts and she would win on the pierna contest. They had the thigh contest. Yeah. So they were always around everybody. And I mean, when we talk about everybody, I'm talking about those temerarios, those bookies, Ramon Ayala, all these singers, because we live right behind Los Arcos. And if people don't know where the Arcos is at, that's in Coachella. That's where Shalino got shot. I live right behind there. So the after party was always at my mom's house. believe it or not, right there in that corner, Camacho and Calle Verde. If people don't believe me, the story is there, you know, and it's you know, the history's there. You know, you see it on YouTube. He grabs a note and he's like sweating, like, what the hell? Yeah, it's going down tonight, you know. And he got shot that night right there. So yeah, I grew up in a hood, you know, but it was beautiful, and that's where music started popping out. And more as I got older, I used to rap, you know, Kid Frost, you know, a lot of Too Short. I love Too Short, and Light Shada Brown, you know, because there wasn't too many Chicano rappers at the time. There was only a few, you know, and you know, I would copy them, you know, mimic them easy because their flow is real easy. Too Short's really easy. You can, you know, stop real quick, back, you know, he does that little, you know, popping. But as time went on, I just like didn't really think it was gonna take off, so I put that away for a while. I started playing golf, you know, taking in mind.
He said golf.
Yeah, just remember that I said it, golf. Yeah, I started playing golf, and but I was a little travieso, a little gangster. I was, you know, banging the hood, and I couldn't tell the homies what I was doing. So on Saturday nights, I would go and grab my stuff and put it away in my mom's car. You know, my clubs. You know, my mom's gonna take me, you know, to go golf in the morning on Sundays, because the homies will be up early in the morning from partying. And they would see me come out. And when I used to play golf, I always wear slacks. Because, I mean, that's what you saw when you watch on TV. These guys are always wearing slacks.
Yeah,
and a nice polo, right?
Yeah.
Or those fucking little cuffed up pants. And I know if I wore those cuffed up pants with the fucking Snickers, with the long socks and shit, those motherfuckers are going to know either I'm doing something fucking fruity or what's going on here, you know what I mean? So I was like, hey, you know, I got to keep it right. So that's what I did. I just wore slacks and would come out and they thought I was going to church. And it was cool. Hey, where you going, homie? I'm going to church. Oh, yeah, it's right on Sunday. Yeah. Say a prayer for me, dog. Simone. Get in the car. I was like,
The 18th hole.
yeah. She's like, you ain't going to church? And I'm like, I know, Mom, but you don't understand. You ain't in the streets. She's like, I know what's going on in the streets. I know it's popping. And I'm like, nah, you don't know what's popping. You don't know what's popping. So as time kept on going, my little brother, we went forward a little bit more. We'll cut some parts off. But my little brother... This is 2000 and I think I'm gonna say 3, 4, 8 Mile had just came out, so rap battle started coming out. My brother and his homies one of my best friends. I'll mention him right now. They started battle rapping. I got home one day from work. My brother goes, "Hey, you want to smoke me out?" And I was like, "Nah, I don't. Well, I'll battle you. What do you want to battle me? What the hell are you talking about battling? I want to battle you, rap battle." And I was like, oh, what the hell is that? Because I didn't know what was going on. I've been working, you know. I've been going. I ain't, you know. I'm listening to music, but the music I listen to has been, you know, it's Eminem. But I ain't, you know, I was listening to Eminem and all those other old school rappers, but I didn't know anything about no 8 Mile rap battle rap what a thing. So he battled me, and he just killed me, like literally. I didn't know. I was like a deer in the headlight. Didn't know what to say. And next thing you know, I go, give me one day, and he goes, man, I'll give you a whole year. You won't be able to beat me. I said a whole year. I went to go play golf the next day after work, and it just clicked in. Just clicked in like that. The words started flowing in. He was born, came back out, and I got home. I didn't even take a shower. I told my bro, get your ass outside. Put any beat on. He put, I don't know what beat he put on, but I murdered him. And I went personal. I talked about him, you know, and my brother was just like, damn, bro, I wanted to punch you. And I go, did I win? He goes, I can't even say nothing. I just want to fight you. That's how bad. Then you lost. He goes, I lost. I go, because I'm being a little bitch. I can't handle I don't know what to say. You literally stopped me in my tracks. And I was like, he goes, like, would you write that down? I'm like, no, I didn't even know what the hell I said. And to this day, I don't know what I said. But to them, it was like the words were poetry, you know? And when I say them, which is my other best friend, you know, Aaron, you know, AKA, you know, G, you know, that's my boy. Yeah. They started off a thing called Lost Soul Productions. So they asked me if I wanted to join them, their little group. And, you know, I'm older than them. I'm like, nah, this is for me, you know? Nah, come on, bro, you got to get in here. All right, cool. So I jumped in. Started doing these songs. We were making these songs, but they never wanted to let people hear them. I wanted the feedback. I wanted to know, you know, what's going on here, you know? And they didn't want it. They were just too scared. They didn't want to get they didn't want to be criticized. I wanted to criticize because that's the only way you get better. Mm-hmm. You know, people are going to tell your flaws. Like, hey, you do that, you do this. You know, this might sound a little better. And I ran with it. I took my stuff, and I would go to parties. I would go kick back with people from work, whatever, and I would give them samples, and people were like, hey, that sounds fucking dope. You know, there's a couple of you guys that sound really good. There's a couple of you guys that, you know, I don't know, you know. And I'm like, hey, they're young, you know. I'm trying to help them. They're like, damn, but it sounds like you've been doing this for years, you know. I'm like, I haven't, but you know what I mean. I'm just, you know, I guess I revamped it, and they're like, oh, all right, cool. But it started building up slowly and slowly, and then that's when I was living in the shack, doing my stuff, and that's when Dirty came out. And when we started rapping, my brother had started calling me Dirty Mouth, just because one of the songs that we're rapping was crazy. Because he goes, look, you never heard that beat. That beat got played. You dropped a whole 16, and then you knew where the hook was at for the first time. They did it to another beat, and I did the same thing. I started freestyling, and it just was like, how are you doing that? I'm like, I don't know. Like I was telling Jedi, I don't know how to press, record, edit, none of that. How to do all that stuff, the producing part behind that, I can't do that. But you give me a beat and you give me a pen and a pad, I'm going to write a song. And I could think of an artist like, hey, you need to be on this.
Right.
And then they'll be like, no. And they'll try to do it and they can't do it. I said, fuck it. I do it.
Damn.
And I make the sound good.
That's natural talent, bro, because for you to do a 16 and know where to come in on a fucking hook, like, there's motherfuckers in the studio fucking, oh, let's do that over. Because it fucking happens to me. You know, fucking, it happens to, but for you to just fucking knock out a 16 and just jump into the fucking hook, not even knowing, you know, how it's lined up or anything, and just jump in it, that's what you call fucking raw talent.
Yeah, and I didn't believe in it. And I still, to this point, it's just barely do I have confidence in me because I didn't have it. Dirty was really like, and I say Dirty, and two people are like, what do you mean it's you? And I'm like, no, Dirty. Because I'll tell you right now, as Dirty, when it comes to doing music, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get dirty because it's a work, it's a hustle. You're getting my critique as Dirty. You get my critique as Sam, he has no fucking idea what this is talking about. No idea. Because Sam is the guy who works the 9 to 5, takes care of his kids, pay his bills, have child support on point, you know. And yeah, I pay child support, but I hustle my ass off every day. Like a real man does, and I love my kids, each one of them, and stepkids. So, you know, I keep it real as Sam and Dirty in two separate areas because Dirty does the business in music, you know. And there's been times I've been shortchanged just Dirty, and it's because Dirty bites his tongue, stays quiet. But it's because Sam keeps on, hey, don't do that, because I can start a hurricane. Don't piss me off. When it comes to music, especially my money, that's a whole, you're messing with someone's life right there, you know. And Dirty's like, hey, you know, I'm up there sweating my ass off, you know, and you're gonna say what, you know? No, this place is packed, you know, give me my money, you know. It wasn't like that before, but now I've been more humble where I do shows for free, like car shows, anything for benefits, I do for free. Why? Because why not?
Right.
Like, and it's a trip because we were speaking like yesterday, about the whole name. I didn't know there was mouth attached to it in the beginning because I always thought Dirty, Sucio, right. Like his rap lyrics were about, you know, the obvious, right?
Right.
But then he's like, no, like it's because I always was talking shit. I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense too.
I thought it was just like a muchacho sucio or something.
Yeah. Now, see, that's the next project. That's my next album, Muchacho Sucio.
No shit.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And he didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's the next project, Muchacho Sucio.
See, man.
Yeah, you see me?
That's what I'm saying. It's just like we talked about it. I mean, when you put shit out into the universe, you know, without even knowing a backstory or anything, you know, just because you're putting something out in the universe, you know, look at it's like it connected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, fucking Muchacho Sucio, you know, and what are the fucking odds?
Yep.
You know?
I hadn't.
They didn't tell me this shit at all.
I've only told like 2 people. I told Luck about it, and well, my producer, my best friend, you know, Meezy, you know, 1800 Entertainment, you know, 8 East, you know, you want that fire, you know what to call, you know what to call, you know. But anyways, yeah, that's my boy.
You.
Yeah, that's my boy, man. I wouldn't be here for that, man. That man actually saved me, man. That man, him, and my cousin Bois, a couple other people, man. It gets emotional to me, but yeah, they saved me, bro. They brought me from the dead, you know, because you know, I had lost everything again. You know, I lost a family, you know, kids, everything. You know, 8 years straight, and I came back when they said I couldn't do it, and he brought me back. You know, Meezy was like, "Yo, I got a studio, come." You know what I mean? Like I was weak. I was at that point where, you know, where I wanted to take my life, bro. Like, you know, Meezy saved my life. Like people don't know. Like, yeah, that guy saved my life.
That's what's up, man.
Like, he hit me up like, yo, nah, you don't need that, bro. Come here. Let's talk. I got a studio. Like, man, you got a bedroom. He's like, nah, I got a studio. I'm like, nah. He's like, no, you need to come, man. Because when I met him the first time I got here, he was the first person. And my cousin Ferndog was the one telling me, hey, you know what? I got a buddy of mine I play Call of Duty with, you know. Shout out to my Call of Duty friends. Hey, he hit me up. And he's like, yo, you know, talk to this guy named Meezy. And I was like, all right. And I went to go meet Meezy for the first time. And we didn't connect. It just was like, Meezy was like, yeah, you're like another Mexican rapper. And I felt that, you know, I think that's what he saw about me. But it was cool because I didn't know myself yet. I was still trying to find Dirty. Dirty was still trying to find that right key. You know, who the fuck are you, dog? You know what I mean? Like, you're going to do something. You're going to do something crazy. And you're still not done. So we got to find out who you are. So me and Meezy did something. But Meezy pushed me to like another spot. He's like, you know, talk to this guy named C1. So I met C1. C1 had a studio, High Star Studios at the time. Went in there. I met Blueski. Blueski the great. You know, I met him. And one day I needed, you know, to record this song. And I wrote this song called Let's Blaze It. And this song, this song took me about 30 minutes to write. And it took about 45 minutes to, like, drop because we smoked, like, for 20, you know? But, so, you know, I had this song. C1 didn't have time to do it. C1 had prior things he had to do, which was cool. But he was gracious enough and said, you know what? Blue is at the studio. Ask Blue if he wants to produce this song, you know? And I was like, all right. So I hit Blue up. I did a raw for him, and Blue was just like, you wrote this right now? And I'm like, yeah, I wrote this. You know, I want to throw, man, get in there, you know? Went straight in there, and we dropped it, you know, and Let's Blaze It came out. And that song has some history. And that song's like almost 10 years old, and people still think it's brand new. I'm like, no. No, it's just I never pushed it as much as I wanted to. It wasn't like, oh, yeah, we just put it out. I really didn't care, you know, like I was telling Jedi, I'm not one of those rappers. I'm not a rapper. I hang out with, you know, fools that are making money, hustlers, you know, real people, you know, trying to live, you know. So I'm not at the studio every day, nothing like that. I'm not rapping with, you know, a bunch of guys, you know. That was old, you know. I told him in the beginning how you start off with your whole little group. Yeah. You know, my brother and his crew and my friends and his brother, you know, rest in peace, Josue. You know, we were all a whole little crew, you know. Right. And when I started coming back up and doing all this stuff, Aaron was MIA. I hadn't seen him for a long time. I got him, and I brought him back, and we lost Josue. Josue got killed. He was like a brother to me. And
R.I.P., man.
Yeah, so when he passed away, it was a shock to us, you know. It hurt us a lot because we wrote a song together. Me and Josue wrote a song. And the way I told him how to sing it, he followed it. And he didn't want it. He was like, nah, I don't want it. I'm like, telling you, bro, just follow the way. And he did the way, the hook I wanted him. And he was like, oh, my God, I didn't think I could do that. I'm like, exactly. Because we're always forced to doing it one way. You got to get out of your bubble, you know. Right. A little Chris Brown in there, you know, and then start rapping. Get in there, you know what I mean? Do something different, you know. And it kicked in, you know. And he passed away, you know, rest in peace. And we started doing this stuff again. You know, I got Aaron back in it, and Homie G, he started doing his stuff, dropping his music, and he's been doing a lot of stuff. He did a collabo with the homie from Click on One. Oh, and, shit. Yeah, so he's been pushing, man. He's one of my best friends, you know. I'm using him, you know, a lot of my friends out in Coachella. But they're the reasons why I started doing music, and that's why I've been right here, you know. And like I said, I was doubting myself. I'm not always like, oh, I'm the best. You know, I don't really care, you know.
Right.
You know.
What's one of I know you've done a couple of car shows. Is there one that stands out, or a performance that stands out that you just hold, like this was my best performance or whatever?
Oh, wow. I think the best performance I ever had was Lil Rob in Coachella. Yeah, the headliner, the guys who were supposed to host, backed out in the end, and the place was fucking packed. And this is my hometown. This is in Coachella. So I'm like, you know what, I want to get on this ticket, you know. And it's crazy how the promoters do this shit. It is kind of stupid. So, you know, $250 worth of tickets, and you can perform for like 10 minutes. That money's going in your pocket. What are you talking about? That's not going to no show. That's going to someone's bottle. That's someone's bottle right there I'm paying for. Are you telling me? You know, so that's kind of dumb. Promoters, stop doing that. Let these artists roll, because you know when they become famous and you want to kiss their ass, they're gonna charge a shitload on you. You're gonna be like, "Oh, I always treat." Nah, that's what's gonna happen. Be humble, because the next Michael Jackson, the next DMX, is in that crowd. Come on, why you gonna be greedy about it? And then you're gonna have the gall to say, "Yeah, I brought him up. I gave him a spot. He paid for his spot. You didn't give him no favors."
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Very true.
that was the show, the Lil Rob one. I smoked in that club, and the club owner was like, there's only 2 people that ever smoked in this club performing that I let happen. It was Nipsey Hussle, because they actually had the dab bar there, the whole works. My boys from Real Trees, Coachella Co. My boy Nick Mess on them. Those are my boys out there. Coachella bar. Hey, and every time you guys in Coachella, just stop by right there at that bar and that cannabis shop. It's right there in the corner.
That's what's up.
The Messes started a good thing. My boys out there, got love for them. They always show me love when I go down there. They
future sponsor. Oh,
yeah. no, hey bro, they're wonderful, bro.
I'm always trying to get a fucking plug.
I went to high school with Nick and Bobby and my boy Ruben Sanchez, and all these guys. We all were in the club back then. We had a little players club. Just that's what we were. But that's what our little thing was.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'll leave it at that.
we partied every weekend. It was just our thing. We did our thing together.
Tornadoes.
Having fun. At the ranch. We were little kids. Riding.
If
riding
you know,
horses.
you know.
If you know, you know. Yeah, we'll talk about that one later. Because it's a long story. But yeah, so yeah, that show
Very
was,
long.
that show was the best one, I think I said, because when I got up there, I hosted the show. The club owner was like, "Hey, can you host the show?" And I'm like, well, "Why? What's wrong with the host?" And he can't make it. And I'm like, he's like, "How much?" And I'm like, "Look, just do me a favor. Give me a booth, give me a couple buckets and a bottle, and we're good." And he goes, "You don't want no money?" I'm like, "I don't want no money. I'm good. I just want to get out there, Homie, Aaron was with me, so he backed me up on the ad libs. We did a couple songs from back in the days that we were together. We spiced them in, and I did Let's Blaze It. And I remember when I got up there and the beat came on, because I was, there was about 5 openers. So I'm hosting this, and so I got to open up for Lil Rob. I kind of took it easy because I didn't want to lose my voice when I'm up there, because the crowd was pretty loud. And the bar sold out because every time I was like, "Yo, we're having shot contest. Who wants to get some?" So people were buying shots thinking there was a contest. There really wasn't. Just seeing who get fucked up.
Good marketing.
Yeah, and people were buying like, what do we win? We're gonna get fucked up. That's what you win. Pictures of Lil Rob afterwards. A concert, good show. It was a real good show. I got up there, I did my thing, and when I did Let's Blaze It, I actually performed it. My homeboy Bobby Mesa went up to me and he pulled out a big old Bob Marley blunt and I gave it to me, and I'm up on stage. There's video of this, and I'm just smoking up there, and you can hear like different videos from different people that night where you hear people like, is that a real blunt in it? Is he really smoking weed in here? And then you hear people like, "We can smoke weed in here?" Hey, if you can smoke, we can smoke. I started again. So then you started seeing people light up. The club owner was like, he's like, "Fuck it, it's gonna happen." You know what I mean?
Right.
Bam. I'm doing this. In the corner of my eye, I turn around, look at the DJ, and the DJ is like, he's in tune with me, like, "Yo, bro, this is dope. Like, your whole set is like," because he took time when he got my set. He goes, "Let me hear it. I'll see what I could do." And I don't know what he did, but it was probably one of the best, sound performance that I liked. That it was on point. My mic was on point. My voice was on point. Everybody loved it. My boy was like, "Oh my God, dude, I never had this atmosphere. This is what it feels like." Yeah. Then Lil Rob came up, and then I'm up on stage with Rob. There's a part where we're talking about how hot it is, and it's weird because me and Rob had no idea about that. We didn't sit down. We didn't talk about this. But he's like, "Woo, man." He's like, "Something about Coachella." I go, "Bro, I love Coachella. Thank you for coming out here." He had just taking shots of tequila in La Cantina.
Okay.
So we were talking, a little pause, 30 seconds. I'm like, "Yeah. Something about that heat, though." He's like, "Yeah, something about them summer nights." "Hell yeah, bro, I'm telling you, something about those summer nights." And they go, "Simon," and then they went straight in. And that was his last song for the night. Like, it was weird. Like, it was just like,
it wasn't planned.
It wasn't planned. Because at the end of the night, we were sitting talking. He goes, "Yo, bro, how many times have you been at my shows? Because, have you?" And I'm like, "Bro, I've never been live to your shows. This is the first time, This is in the back, the stage room, the green room where I was taking pictures with everybody, signing whatever we're signing." And it was cool. You know what I mean? So I would say that was my first good performance, you know. And Lil Rob was cool, gave me his number, you know, like hit me up whenever you want to feature, we can sit down. And I've met a lot of artists doing this, bro, and very humble. Where they ask me like, "Yo, you know, when I do these shows, all these other artists, young artists, you know, performers, they all asking for a picture, you know, because I'm a celebrity, and you didn't ask me for a picture. Why didn't you ask me for a picture?" And I'm like, because only friends ask friends for pictures, you know. And it took him to like, damn. I'm like, yeah, because I don't want to be a fan. I want to be a friend. That's I want a picture. I want something. You take a picture of me. And yeah, he took out his phone, took a picture of me and put it up on his Instagram. That's Candyman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
You know, like, wow, like, and that's how it started, you know? And I give a shout out to a lot of people out here that helped me out. Simon was one of them. Jedi was one of them. You guys are one of them. You know, it's been all out. Like, you know, the promotion wise of Dirty coming up to where you've been. Yeah, that's pretty much, that's been the show. That's been the best show, I can say. From there on, it's just been uphill.
That's
dope, man.
Very dope.
That's a dope ass story. Like, I'm like, I want more.
Ask him if he would go back to playing golf.
Oh yeah.
And how good he was he? Like,
Hey, yeah.
I was good, bro. I mean,
go on, tell him.
So this is the story
Hustler,
how
baby.
I became a golfer. So this is 1997, 98. I was 98. Yeah, 98 going into 99. The summer of 98. I was gonna be a sophomore in high school. No, junior in high school. No, yeah, sophomore in high school, and I had to take PE because us cholos don't do PE. we don't want to fuck up the 3 flowers. You know what I mean? We're up all night keeping that hair slick back. Yeah, I had my hair slick back then. You know what I mean? And I didn't have a goatee, but I already had started getting the mustache. So all the homies were like, "Hey, how do you get that mustache?" I'm like, "If I have to tell you, you don't want to know." But yeah, so I was in PE, and the coach that was doing the teacher for PE, he was a coach. He would have us go play golf, hit golf balls behind the CV golf field, football field, behind the bleachers. There's a big patch of grass behind those fields where you guys come and visit and leave sad. Back in the days, we used to play brawly. Yeah, it was like we were rivals. Like, yeah, my cousin would show up. I'm like, yeah, we're going to fuck you up. And then we'll see your grandmas.
Damn.
But yeah.
Just by the way, I'm going to edit this up. I'm just kidding.
So yeah, we played golf out there, and I grabbed the golf ball in the club, and he's like, try to hit it. I couldn't hit it. Everybody was laughing, and he goes, you know what? I seen you fight, bro. You know how to fight, but you can't hit a golf ball. Don't call yourself a man. And he literally woke something up, bro.
Wow.
So I started. I lived right across the field. Well, there's houses now where we grew up in Coachella. There was a big old dirt lot right there from Coachella going into Calle Verde. So I would go out there and hit golf balls in the desert, with this fucked up 9-iron. It was all fucked up. But I was just trying to play, and then we lived in the ranch, and it was more open for me, so I started practicing more, and I started getting better. I wanted to be in the golf team, and my grades weren't the best because, at that time, teachers really didn't give a damn about students. They were like, here's a packet. And I'm like, are we going to get taught today? You're going to give me a packet? Like, I want to get taught something today. Like, come on. I see all the white kids get better at teachers than that. Like, the teacher comes in with the scuba gear. Like, today we're going to learn how to go deep. Like, okay. Like, like, damn, And, he didn't want to help me, and I couldn't get the grades and I made the golf team, bro. I literally made the golf team, and the varsity golf team at that. And he's like, I can't help you. You don't got the grades, bro. And I'm like, dude, just help me out. You know what I mean? Give me a tutor, Damn, just let me know, the classes that I got are crazy,
Right.
I'm doing geometry, bro. I don't know nothing about geometry, I need some help here, I got advanced, psychology. I was like, stuff that we get in college. Like, what the hell are you giving us? Like, this isn't even, I remember one time I moved from over there to over here for 1 year. We were doing, in 4th grade, we were doing timetables and division. You guys were already doing standalone math and stuff. Like, what is it? Not standalone. What is it? Is it Stand By Me? No, not Stand By Me.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Stand and Deliver. You gotta do some Stand and Deliver math and shit. Like, I came in like, Pie what? What the hell is pie? Like,
a
you know,
negative plus a negative.
Yeah, like is a negative, and I'm like, what kind of that's dumb math. Like you don't need that. Where you gonna do that? Like break $1 down like 4 quarters. You know that's it. 10 dimes. And yeah, so the teacher don't want to help me. So I just at the time my mom started working at a country club, and Indian Palms Country Club in Indio, and we were living in Indio already. We had transferred out of that school because CV just let me down, and it was my fault. Too many fights, too many gang shit. Young kid, what can I do, man? It's either you pick your group, or you get scooped. It's just it. You know what I mean? Either you be with the Chalinos, you be with the punk rockers, the emos, you be with the nerds. And the nerds are pretty cool because they did your homework for you if you paid them. They kind of got smart after a while. They were like, you want an A, right? They started hustling the dudes. If it was a movie, it would be like Casino. There's just one nerd walking around just collecting money from everybody. But yeah, that's how golf started for me. And then I started going to the country club. My first day at the country club, bro, I get up on this par 4, right? It's a dog leg, goes from right to left. I pull out a driver. It says right there, no driver. I'm like, I'm gonna cut the corner. I wasn't good. I had a fade, a high fade. I had a slice, so I had brought it down to a high fade, which was pretty good. You know what I mean? I felt like I was hitting the same yardage, but I can control it. And the first time I hit the ball fucking straight, goes straight fucking to a house, breaks the fucking guy's window. He looks at me and he's like, is that a driver in your hand? And I'm like, yes. Yeah, I'm a kid, I'm only like 16 at the time. And I drive up there. He's all mad at me because he got paid for my window. He thinks I'm like 25, yeah, because of the mustache, I'm like, okay, give him my information. He goes, looks for me where we live at an apartment complex, and the manager told him, like, no, he's only a 16-year-old. He's like, oh, shit. He looked like a grown man. So then my mom's like, hey, they're looking for someone to go work at the car barn. And I'm like, I don't work at the car barn. She's like, well, the bills are hard. I need help. And at the time I was going to school, I was only going for 4 hours. So I was going to continuation school. I'm going to start in Indio. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go. So it took me a while because I had to get clean. I smoked too much cannabis, and I had to get clean. And the day I had to go take the test, I actually smoked in the morning because I was like, I'm not going to win. I'm not going to pass this, man. It's just, like, I'm not going to pass it. Like, I went to go take the test, and the doctor looks at me and he looked at the paperwork, and he goes, Indian Palms Country Club. So he's like, So when he asked me, hey, so what's the position for it? And I'm like, it's for the car barn. All right. So he's like, hey, so you barely passed. Barely.
Oh, wow.
You see, barely. And I looked at the test, and yeah, I barely passed. It was a little faded. But he goes, so I like to golf on Sundays around 3. And I was like, you can come whenever you want, bro. I will work every Sunday just for you, bro. Yeah, you can. And yeah, I went. I started working there in the car barn, and I just started practicing every day. Didn't date nobody. I just golf, home, school, golf, home, school. At one point, I started making so much money playing golf and working that I just quit school. It's like, I'm gonna quit school. I don't need this. Which sucks. But now, like, really, do you really need it? Do you really need a college degree? Really? You know what I mean? The way things are going. Let's not get into that story. But yeah, so I just kept on playing golf and having the time of my life, playing these tournaments. I would take my mom. I felt bad for her because she would be there all day in the parking lot. And I go, Mom, you can go wait in the clubhouse. And she's like, no, I just don't feel comfortable. She didn't feel comfortable being in that environment, all these rich people. I went through the worst racist things. If Tiger went through it, I went through it. You know what I mean? Because my mom in the beginning didn't believe that I can do it. She had told me, like, you don't see Mexican people out there playing golf. You see Mexican people cutting the grass. That's what you see. That's what you see. But when I started playing all the jardineros, every tournament I played, walking through the gallery, playing tournaments, these little tournaments, with little, it's just parents, it's kids, we're young, I'm walking there, you're walking through these galleries, and you're seeing all these gardeners just looking at me like,
what the fuck?
Hey, you're in the wrong spot. Like, look at me like, no, don't do that, And
they get mad when you're on the green.
Yeah, they call my name out, and they're just surprised, and they're taking their kids and their family to go see me, and that was cool.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, because they wanted, hey, this guy's good, and that was a good thing. But after a while, I'm one of those where, look, I can do this. I don't want to do this my entire life, So I just was like, I pulled away from it. was just like, I'm done. I had my first daughter, my oldest, Cammy, and I pulled off, in 2002 she was born, so I pulled away in 2003. I kind of retired, and then I was like, I'll come back in 2005 and do something, and I had my other daughter, and I was like, yeah, that's God telling me, like, stop. The moment you start doing this, I'm gonna just toss you another child, and it's already been like that 5 times,
Wow.
So, but yeah, so it's like a bike. You don't forget. I hate it because there's sometimes I'll be outside just in the yard with my dog, and I do have a wedge in my hand, and I don't know where I hit the ball. I know it's at the school, and the balls are just landing right there in the grass because I see them. Because I hit flop shots, over houses, but I know where they're landing. I just go over the fence, and my dog goes and gets the balls back for me, So I do some tricks, and you don't forget it, And it was very humble. Golf was cool because I used to beat a lot of these crazy white boys that thought they were bad. And these guys were like with Titleist clubs, Ben Hogan blades, and I'm over here with Walmart, cheap-ass clubs and stuff. God bless my mom's heart who got me my first set.
I wasn't going to spit all that out, but yeah,
She got me a set for Christmas, bro. I want a golf set. I'll get you a golf set. All right, thanks, Mom. Come Christmas morning, open up the golf set. I saw it there already wrapped up. I wanted to open it up. I was like, what did I open it in? Some top flight golf clubs. I'm like, what the hell are these? So it's like golf clubs. I'm like, Mom, these are like what old people would play with. And she's like, well, that's all they had me, huh? And I'm like, how much you pay for these clubs, Mom? Just be honest. Just tell me. She's like, $8. I'm like, that's not even enough for that damn golf bag. And she's like, how much you think I was gonna spend? I'm like, I don't know, $2,000. And she's like, what? Because that's what the clubs are really worth. It's $2,000. If you put clubs together, especially custom, everything with the loft, your shaft, the grips, shaft alone is like $100. You know what I mean? And top good shafts are like $200. So you do the math, and then the heads, get custom made lofts on them. So yeah, it took a toll, but I bought my first set for $2,500, and that's when I started playing better.
We're gonna have to get together with Dirty one of these days, man. Just fucking go golfing.
Yeah, bro. Like
I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna be doing, but
it's fun, bro.
But to fucking drink and just fucking.
I'm down to drink.
Hey, you know what? I used to play with a lot of people that were famous in the valley that knew my grandfather. It's the weirdest story. I used to play with this group called the MAGA, Mexican Golfers Association, Mexican American Golfers Association. So these guys would all get together, and these are all guys from the valley in Coachella that own businesses or were part of some Chicano movement. So I was playing with the group that they put me in, and I would play with them every week, and I had no idea who they were. No idea. They had no idea who I was the first time. We were playing, and this one man, his name's Ray Ariola. If you're from Indio and you know Ariola's tortilla chips, Ray Ariola, I used to play with Ray Ariola. I used to play golf with him. He's the one who was like, hey, you look familiar. Who's your grandfather? And I told him, I'm like, Simon Velasquez. He's like, Simon Velasquez is your friend? Your grandfather? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, hey, George. And George goes, why? ¿Qué chingado quieres? He's like, hey, you know Simon Velasquez, right? He goes, yeah, the roofer. Yeah, that's his grandson. And he was like, you're kidding me. And I was like, if you guys know who George is, there's a market called LNG Market in Coachella, right by the cemetery. It's like the best cold beer. They still have a slushing machine, so I give them props for that. I just stop there every time for that. Nice. And it's right by Coachella Fest. It's the biggest little market, but it's pretty bomb. And
like a beer slushing machine? Or?
No, like the original. I wish, right? I'd be
go right now.
I'd go right now. I had that like an IV.
Oh shit!
But yeah, so I played golf with them, and that whole time they were like surprised. They were like, "Wow, your grandfather was a dick." He's like, he was a dick, but he was firm. He did houses. Believe it or not, I have no idea how to do roofing, but I've done a roof, and it's like I've been doing them for years. It was just weird. I did a roof here in Brawley in 2005 before I left. Helped my uncle for his mother-in-law, and my uncle goes, how many roofs have you ever done? I'm like, none. When we're done with the project, this is my first one. How'd you know? And I'm like, I don't know. It just happened. It just like, I need a crew, So he's like, no, he goes, you think we can do this like in one day? I looked at him like, in one day? I leave tomorrow. Like, no, in one day, if you have a crew of like 30 people, yeah. I got to strip it. I got to trim it. I got to find the holes. I got to, patch everything that needs to be, plugged in. I go, we need help. So I went and woke up my cousin like at 6 in the morning. He was all hungover. Anthony, wake up. Go call all your cousins. Tell them that I need them here. Grandma needs help. Your grandma needs help. That's from his mom's side. And we went to go get the supplies. We came back and had like 50 kids, from 22-year-olds all the way down to 12-year-olds. I'm like, all right, you big dudes are staying down here. They're like, why can't we go up there? I'm like, look, I'm already repairing the roof, bro. You know what I mean? You're in charge of the kids down here. You don't have to move around, but tell them what to do. You got the easiest job, bro. All right, cool. The tall guys got up there. The guys were like, oh, I go to the gym every day. All right, go up there. Nah, after an hour of them, taking that, scraping that roof, they were done, bro. They were done. I'm like, all that gym work, that gym work don't pay off when you do a real man's work, But yeah, so that was my first roof. It was natural, and I met these guys, and these guys were just amazing. They were good people to be around with, and they helped me a lot playing golf when I was when I needed my knowledge of being Chicano and go through racism. They would tell me like, just stay up there, Because I remember one time I pulled up to PGA West at the Arnold Palmer course. I roll up, got invited. I'm driving a fucking Suzuki Esteem at the time. Get up there, valet takes the car, grab my bag. He looks at my bag. He goes, damn, dude, the bag's more expensive than the car. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, that's a $2,500 bag right there. He looked at my clubs. He goes, but they look very beautiful. I go, thank you. Yeah, because I always take care of my clubs. And because they're the only ones you had. I wasn't like these rich kids. Like, Dad, I need another driver. I had, I got what I had, And I'm standing there. They took my clubs, and I'm standing there. I'm waiting for my friend because he's driving up, too. He's at the gate. And this nice, beautiful Bentley rolls up. Beautiful. The trunk opens up. Driver gets out. He looks at me and goes, hey. Bam. Gives me $50. He goes, put that in a cart. But the way he gave it to me was like force it on me. Like what the fuck? Like, I'm trying to avoid that, and you're trying to put it in my hand. Like, nah. And he just gave it to me, and I'm like, all right. So then the cart guy comes back, and he's like, who's this? And I'm like, that guy right there. I put the 50 in my pocket. I'm like, yo, put that in my cart, by my cart. He's like, for real? Like, yeah, I'm going to play golf with this motherfucker. He thought I fucking work here. He thought I worked there. Literally thought I worked there. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't work here. Like, I came to play golf, too. So
that's cool. You kept the money, though.
Yeah, I kept the money.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to tip the boy at the end of the round. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But we get up there, and his bag's on another cart. And I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, no, he likes to play by himself. The starter knows them, and he knows he's really rude. And so I went up to the starter, and I go, yo, here's $50. You're going to pair that guy with my group. And he's like, are you sure? I go, there's $50. Make it happen. I got you.
Oh.
Like, all right. So we get up there. He's waiting. He's like, hold on. There's a group ahead of you. Ain't nobody on the damn tee. Nobody ahead of him on the green. He's like, what's going on? Well, I'm still waiting for my buddy. He gets here, and I tell him, hey, hurry up, dude. Boom, get your stuff. My friend, Brian Cupid, good golfer. We go up there, and we get this guy. I get up there, and we play this guy. And this guy looks at me, and he goes, aren't you the cart guy? And I'm like, I'm a golfer. Let's go. All right, we play golf. We betted. I'm not going to say how much we betted, but at the end of the day, he bought us dinner, invited us to his house, Surprised anything else he would give us was weird because it was just like, damn, but he was humble because, but that was the first racism. Like, they just looked at you as you're just a worker. Like, nah, I'm here to play, and I would get that at tournaments. That's why I would shave my head and let my goatee grow out when I play golf, and I would wear Oakleys. I had the straight, what is
collecting
that? Tips, looked all crazy and stuff, just looking at people. I didn't have no tattoos at the time, and all these white boys would just look at me and just be like all worried, like, who's this guy? Like, like
he's gonna steal the golf cart.
Yeah, pick up the tee. Don't leave the tee.
Fucking hot-wired it.
We'll keep them in case we can't get it to start or some shit.
Yeah, so that's my golf. And, I stopped playing, wanted to do it as a dream. I still wake up sometimes wanting to play. Like, I can go play the U.S. Open, try to do something like that, You can do anything. I tell everybody, you can always do it. Like, damn, Holyfield won the bout, like, at what, 44? No, not Holyfield. What is it? The damn George Foreman, right? At 44, he won the heavyweight championship. Why not? I think we're still at our prime. Well, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Nothing's impossible.
No.
You know,
Not even the burgers.
Nope.
possible burger.
I won't eat that, bro.
I
I
don't know
will
what's
not
in
eat
it.
that.
I've heard even the vegans won't eat it though. Like, nah, I see it's nasty.
If my dog won't eat it, then I'm not gonna eat it. That's what I look at
You know
animals.
what? That's very true.
That's what I look at. I look at animals. I'm like, here, try this out. He looked at me like, you first? Like,
You first.
I'm good. Like, you know, like, it's like the animals are talking to me when I look at him. He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Nah, I'm good. You can have
This
that.
guy's funny. Speaking of funny,
Shit.
he also does comedy.
Yeah,
I
dude.
know, man. Fuck, dude. What the fuck? Like,
The first time I seen him go up there, he was on the list. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I had no idea, and I ended up doing the sound for a comedy show. One of the homies put together, and I think he was a little nervous that night about this.
Yeah, we'll put it out, Josh. Yeah, my boy. You know,
Hey.
he was nervous. He was nervous. He even told me like, "Yo, Dirty, you're not gonna rap." I'm like, "I'm not gonna rap, bro. I'm not gonna rap." He was like, "You're not gonna get there." I'm like, "No, bro, I'm not gonna rap. I'm gonna get up there." And you know, he goes, "You think you could do a half an hour?" No, it was like an hour. He said an hour first, like playing around. I'm like, was it a Netflix special? Like, damn, bro, like a whole hour? Like, I'm gonna be up there like Eddie Murphy walking around sweating, you know? But yeah, I was like, all right, now whatever, I'll go up there, don't trip. And he's like, all right, he was nervous. And when I got up there, I killed it. And it's because it's natural for me. I've always been able to get up on stage or in front of a crowd, and I get into this zone where I want to make people feel good where they're at, you know?
right.
And I've done it before for rallies, like for political rallies. I got a little friend. I have a lot of political friends, like Emmanuel Perez. You know, he was our ex state assembly. He's right now in the Coachella Valley, still doing his thing in California. He was my 8th grade teacher. He actually showed me what's called Chicano culture. Like, he told me, like, look, he's like, you're Mexican, bro. All right, understand that. You're Chicano, remember that. And he showed me the whole thing, so zoots. He taught me how to wrestle, because it was in 8th grade, he had wrestling league, so he got a bunch of us, and he actually had a break dancing as well. He was a break dancer, yeah. This guy went to Harvard. If y'all don't know, Emmanuel Perez went to Harvard. He went to Harvard, graduated from Harvard. Yeah, it was Harvard, I think. Yeah. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but he was one of my best influencers. There's a couple of teachers that were influencers that treated me as a human being, not as just an ordinary kid. They already knew, like, yeah, your mind's already past where a kid should be at, you know. In high school, there was Coach G, who didn't help me, but in the end, Coach G saw what could have been. Like, he even said, like, if I would have helped you out, I'm like, yeah, we would have gone to DVL. We would have gone to the U.S. Amateur. Like, there was no stopping me. And he goes, how'd you learn how to hit? How do you learn how to do, you know, control the ball now? Like the hooks, the drives, the fades, you know, like everything, the draws. How'd you learn that? And I'm like, I don't know. I was on the range one day hitting golf balls, and it was raining. And it was no thunder. It was just raining, and I was tired. I was like, I'm tired of this shit, because all I do is keep on slicing, fading. What is wrong with me? And I hear this man in the background, and I was crying, and he goes, you have a beautiful swing, but your grip sucks. And I'm like, I go, but I have small hands. He goes, yeah, so? He goes, why don't you overlap? And I'm like, I can't. That's for big hands. He goes, no, interlock is for big hands. You're an overlapper. Pinky over the handle, the little index finger. I was like, all right. Tried it out. He set me up. I took my first swing with that, and I drew the ball. I was amazed.
Oh, shit.
Kept on doing it. Amazed. Nonstop. I was like, oh. He was there. He was watching me because the corner of my eye, I could see him. And then at a point where I started taking out the driver, so I really can't see what's behind me, you know, because you're not. I'm focused at a certain angle when I take the club backer, you know. So I'm hitting the driver and I'm drawing it. I'm like, I'm controlling it. I'm pulling it, and I can make a ball go this way instead of that way. And then now I learn how to control it. I can still do this. I can. Oh my God! Like, I'm hitting stingers. Like, the balls are flying up, and I don't know if you know what stingers like. It's like a plane. The ball starts taking off like a plane. It just floats up there and then it comes down. So I'm like, wow, you know, like, I got this. Turn around, man was gone. He was in this yellow golf cart with the little Irish logo on the end. So I wanted to find out who this guy was. This guy must have been like some famous, you know, a golf legend that, you know, there's stories like this. Like a damn Disney movie is gonna come out, because I gotta meet this guy, like a Rocky, teach me, teach me. No, get out of my property and leave. Like, nah, I was looking for him, and I was like, the only way I'm gonna find out is ask these members that's been here for like 30 years that don't do nothing but play golf every day. And I asked the ones that are there every day, and they're like, oh, that's Mickles, but Mickles died like 4 years ago. And I'm like, yeah, right. And it's like, that's his golf cart. What you're saying, he has an Irish? And I'm like, yeah, it could be his son. I'm like, no, he was an older man. Yeah, his son's young. That can't be him. They gave me his address. I drove up there. The golf cart was sitting down in the driveway, flat tires, dirt, and cobwebs all over it. It wasn't him. But he was a real good golf teacher, what I've heard. A real good golf teacher. And I was like, damn. Could have been a ghost. I don't know what it was. I can't explain it. But that was one of the best experiences in my golf experience, because that's when I started playing, where I started being a hustler. Like, hey, I'm going to play, and get better,
Damn, man.
There's a lot to this guy. A lot.
Yeah.
But the comedy's always been, that was the thing that I've always been a little payaso. Never take it as big payaso, but when I have people at my house or little kickbacks, I like to entertain people who are there, because I want to make people laugh. I don't want people fighting, because that gets boring after a while. Like, I don't want to go to his house. There always fights, I want to go to his house because I can laugh and fart and, we're getting drunk, Like, we don't have to worry about someone fighting,
Right.
But I still want to do the stand-up, believe it or not. There's times I want to do those battle stand-up things, but I'm not there I don't want to do no competition. I want to entertain people. Like, I think I'm past that. I don't want to do that. Like, I'm natural. Like, I don't take no notes or nothing. I just go up and tell stories about my life, and pretty much they're funny as hell. If not, people relate to it,
Yeah, maybe we should hook him up with Molina, bro. You know what I mean? When he does
No, well, I talked to Molina. I know Molina because he's been wanting me to come do the contest, but I don't want to do the contest. I think I can hold up the stage. I think I can get up there and do a 15-minute to a half an hour set.
It's a trip, because his first show, have you done it since?
I did another one, but it was at a party. It was like
okay.
but I was up for like an hour on the machine, and
shit.
everybody was. They even told me, like, bro, you should be professional, because even that night, the guys Josh had hired, his main liners, when we were at the bar, they asked me, yo, how long have you been doing this? And I'm like, I'm 38. How old are you? 38 years? And they're like, damn, what the hell? Like, and they started laughing, because it was comedy to them. They're like, dude, you're natural. You don't take notes. I'm like, nah. And they're like, dude, the stories are funny. Jedi still remembers the story of the cat.
Yeah, like, out of that night, I remember one of the headliners.
Well, that was
his name.
Yeah,
but I don't remember his act. I don't remember nothing. It's funny because later on in life, the cat. There's a story about a cat, right? Well, we actually kind of experienced something similar to his story, and it was funnier than shit because I could relate to it. And I was like, man, it's real. It's real.
It's real, bro. Like, but that was my closing joke. But it was a good story. It was funny, and everybody liked it. I had people laughing. I wasn't nervous for a while, in the morning, but I was like, this is like me going up there and hosting,
Right.
like opening up for like artists. It's not hard for me. I could do this, Josh was sweating. Like, he should have had a fan on him. And then when I was done, he was like, oh my God, are you good? I'm like,
no, he was.
I could see his fucking face already.
Yeah, but I give him love, man.
It was almost funny seeing this guy stress out.
Yeah, even Sadaf was like, you didn't know, like the Sadaf was there too, doing DJing too.
Shout out to
Sadaf. Yeah, Sadaf was like, dude, he was like, damn, you never been around Dirty when he's drinking, huh? He'll have you laughing, bro. Like, Sadaf's come down and kick back with me at sometimes at my house, and we shit the shit and the shit, and just talk. And he's like, dude, you're funny, bro. And he calls me by my name, my real name. A lot of people don't know me. My real name is Samuel Antonio Velasquez Jr. So, but everybody in the valley calls me Dirty. So when they see me, like Dirty, it's weird because
it's a lot shorter.
Yeah, my mom's like, why they give you that name? Why can't they give you a better name? And I'm like, no, mom, that's just stage name. But that means filth. Because my mom, God bless her soul, she's an evangelist. She's all Christian. God, she's been sober for almost 20 years.
Nice.
And I give her props because she didn't have to go to no home or anything like that. She did it herself, and God found her out. And she is a powerful lady. If you guys ever meet her, I guarantee you she will make you cry. The moment you talk to her, she will like touch your soul. where she says something and she knows what's going on with you. She knows when it's weird. She knows when something's wrong with me. She knows like you're just hard. She's like, you're hard because I see you. She sees me as a pastor. She's like, I see you as a pastor talking to people and saving them, because the way you can communicate with people and be up there and not be worried, and make people feel good. I'm like, yeah, but I see all those people who do that, Mom, and they're not doing it for the love of God. They're doing it for the love of money.
Yep.
And that's the sad part, because God, you can be outside. In my church, if I ever build a church, I'm just going to build this place where I have nothing but orange trees or something. Where you can get oranges. Everybody sit down for an hour. We're going to talk about a story about God. And just simple as that. Jesus, whatever there is, our religions, let them all know, because they all probably miss the same thing. They just interpret different ways, And I think God's just peace and love. That's it, because when I see people like, oh, they wait for the last minute to look for God. Nah, you should look for him in the beginning, because if you're looking for him in the end, he's not going to help you to the end. And if you're looking for him in the beginning, he's going to help you when you don't need it in the end. He's going to be there like, yo, I pray for you every day. Exactly, I'm going to help you tomorrow, one way or another. And then there are blessings that come in. It's like right now, when we came in, I never told you the name of the album. And it just comes crazy. In. Yeah. That's just God working his ways, And, I'm a religious guy too, but not too religious. I don't go to church every Sunday. I just don't believe in that. I just wake up thanking him every day for being here and giving my life and my kids' life, because I have beautiful kids and their moms are great, They get a lot of support. My last baby mama, she's wonderful. Yvette, she kind of she helped me out a lot. Gave me a lot of confidence to bring me back up, and after that, everybody else has been pretty good. She's a good best friend. She's one of my best friends now too, and he helped me out a lot. And when I need advice, I ask her like, hey, what do you think? You try that out, and I'm like, I'll try it out. And I'm stubborn. I'm like, nah. And then when I tried it out, she's like, yeah, I told you to try that out. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool. We good. Love my kids, and, I keep on doing what I need to do for the music and what I do for entertainment, and the comedy thing is pretty good. Everybody want me to do it again. So I want to do it again.
Damn.
I want to do that.
I got to see that.
No, you got to, for sure.
Yeah, man.
The whole thing with the baby mamas, the kids, and still, doing this as either a career, hobby, more like a passion and love. You're going to do it regardless. It's hard to balance. And if you're anything like some of us, we go through it. Like you said, you quit golf because it's almost feels like a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Right?
It pretty much was.
But you know what? Just keep going with it, because you're showing them. You're showing, you know what? You don't give up.
My oldest, keep doing it. And my oldest used to, she always wanted to learn how to play. And I'll teach you one of these days. And a lot of my kids don't know. Some of them do, and I do want to teach them. And it's a good sport. I would say for every parent, a lot of parents want to put them in wrestling, football, these contact sports. Put them in golf, because I'll tell you one thing about golf. What it does, it teaches them to be humble. It shows them etiquette, and I'm talking about etiquette. Golf is etiquette. Like yes sir, no sir. You show respect to your golfer. The rules. You cheat on yourself, and that's what I tell people. You play golf, and people who cheat, you're cheating on yourself. You're not cheating. You got to be honest with yourself, and that's how you learn to be honest with yourself.
Yeah, man. Shit. Fuck, dude. I never knew. Golf, dude. I had heard about the comedy and stuff. But
like how he mentioned earlier, I could see him as a preacher. I could.
Yeah.
The way he carries himself. Yeah.
I just don't want to. I'm not gonna lie to people. It's just me, I saw that YouTube video of that pastor who got robbed, for all his jewelry, and I'm like, that's what you get. Like, come on, bro. You have $1 million worth of jewelry, flashing it around, while your congregation is giving you money.
I'll put it out there. Like, for example, man, everybody praises fucking Joel Osteen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, dude? Dude, during the hurricanes, bro, he closed his fucking doors.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I thought you're a man of God. You're supposed to be there for the people. You're supposed to be humble. Open those doors. But it's just these mega rich churches, bro, that it sucks because, even Tupac said it, remember?
Yeah. It's just, they're just money hungry. That's all they want. They want money, and it sucks. That's why I tell my mom, like, if I do it, I'm going to do it because I just want to tell people how to live life. Like, love your brother, love your wife, love your husband, be good, that's all about it is, just be positive. I believe if you do one good thing in your life before you die, you're going to be saved. you can do so much bad stuff, but you do, one good thing. God's gonna be like, yo, you did that one good thing, and that one good thing killed you, bro. So you know what? Come on in, bro. Come on in. Let that guy in. Hey, but I got ran over by a car. Yeah, but you don't understand. This guy, he saved, so many people. He put himself in front of you. You got hit by a bus, bro. You got hit by a bus. Come on. Living out here, it's been one of the hardest things to get a job. I tell a lot of people, it's one of the hardest things, because believe it or not, doing the music and everything else, I still work a 9 to 5. I love where I work. I work 2 jobs, to take care of my kids and be positive and not having to be in the streets and doing stupid stuff, and it's been really good, because I have a lot of friends that do that, but you know what? They're good people. There's a lot of good people, and they just don't have the luck to find a job out here, so they have to, go to the other sources, to make income, And I have a lot of friends, a lot of entrepreneur friends, and that's what I noticed out here, a lot of entrepreneur friends, but there's some that no matter what's going on, they're still doing their thing. Got Tony B. Wonders, my boy, he's still doing his thing no matter what, making those Cuban sandwiches. He's a hustler, bro. I see him every
Cuban
day.
Sandwiches.
Yeah, Cuban sandwiches.
He's always doing something, man.
Yeah.
Somebody had mentioned something about him and had to stop him in their tracks because they're like, oh, he doesn't know what he wants to do. He's just doing this and doing that and doing this. And I go, that's a hustler.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about, man.
Yeah.
It's just like.
I support everybody when they do want to do something, when it comes to, like right now, Muchacho Sucio, I was telling Jedi yesterday, I don't do my albums, right away. I take my time. It's kind of like Dr. Dre style. I don't like that song. I got a lot of songs that are really good. We just don't throw them out yet because I just don't feel like they need to be out yet. You know what I mean? They're not ready yet. It's got to be a good project, that's not for that project. Muchacho Sucio it's got to be selected because I'm going to be doing songs in Spanish, Spanglish, as they say,
Right.
So, voy a hacer algo que va a ser más diferente para todos. But, yeah, I want to do something, right with it, and right now, Meezy's doing his hustle. My boy cutting hair, getting his degree.
Yeah.
I love that, Meezy is like another entrepreneur, man. He does so much, and whatever he does, whatever he touches is gold, bro. Believe it or not, whatever he touches is gold. This man is just amazing, bro. That's why he's my best friend, my best friend, because that man saved me, man. I give him everything. Anything he says, hey, I need help with something, I'm there. I don't hesitate because Meezy helped me. He brought me up, and he's like, Dirty, I've been wanting to work with you. When he saved me that night, he was like, dude, I wanted to work with you for so long, bro. For so long when I heard you did that song, Dirty and Fly. He's like, because Sly was like, have you heard that? He's like, who's that? He's like, that's Dirty. He's like, shut up, that's Dirty and Fly. And he was like, I'm trying to get a hold of you, but you didn't have no Facebook at the time. And I'm, yeah, because I go ghost for a while. Hey, believe
that's
it or not,
another thing too.
Yeah, that's good for everybody. For a while, for a couple months, just go ghost. Turn your Facebook off. Go old school. Don't wake up in the morning looking at those Facebooks. Let people start calling you and texting you on your phone. That's how they know, hey, you're still alive. Because that's what they're just looking for. Oh, he posted 4 minutes ago. Thinking you're alive. It could just be like someone tagged you and it popped up saying you're alive. You could have been dead 24 hours ago. You don't even know. He's still alive. It says he's here. No, he's dead, But, yeah, so, he's a lot of entrepreneurs out here. The Valley is hard, because out there in the Valley in Coachella, you can get a bus. If you need to take the bus, there's a bus there every 15 minutes, right, with Wi-Fi, AC all hooked up. Out here, the buses every hour to 2 hours, no AC. It was a hustle, bro. Because I used to take the bus to go to El Centro to work for AutoZone for a while, back and forth. And if I missed the bus on Sundays, bro, I was stuck out there, bro. Because the last bus goes out at 4:00, so I had to drive my ass from Blythe all the way back to El Centro in an hour before, they left. And sometimes I would miss it. But, the transportation was pretty cool. I would call them up yo, I was running down the street. He didn't want to open the door. Where you at? I'm right here by the hotel. I'm going to pick you up right now. And pick me up and take me home. I was like, damn,
nice.
It happens sometimes, bro, especially on Sundays. That's why we drive out behind the buses a lot because a lot of these guys, they're in a rush to Sunday. Nobody wants to work Sunday. I'm like, I know. But you go over there to the Valley, the buses are nonstop. The truck, you want to be a bus driver. What do you want to do when you grow up? I don't want to be a fireman. I want to be a bus driver. The sun bus. Hop on the sun bus. Yeah, the commercial was there back in the 90s. You got on there, One of my best friends, Adam, used to call me Sunbus Sam. And Sunbus Sam, you know, because I used to take the Sunbus all the time. You know, I had the pass, and I was like, why not, bro? Like, I got free Wi-Fi, and it wasn't cheap Wi-Fi. It was good Wi-Fi. I was like, dude, this is, wow. Like, damn, this is good Wi-Fi, you know? So, you know, I had to wait like 2 minutes, like, damn, it's still downloading. Oh, you're already here? Damn. I'm like trying to read the news, you know? Hey.
Damn,
But yeah,
man.
so I love Imperial Valley, and Brawley has been really good to me. A lot of the people out here, the culture and the people have really took into me. The car clubs, especially like La Gente de Valle and, you know, Rollers Only, and everybody else has been out here. Imperiales, all of them, even the city cruisers in Coachella, everybody out there in the valley too. All the chapters, they know who I am. They respect me, and when I go do car shows, they like send me out there, and that's what's one of the good things, you know. That's why I do the car shows for free, because I love the culture, you know. I just love the culture.
Dope, man. Wild Dirty. From music to comedy to golf. Man. Incredible fucking stories. I know there's probably a lot more in that bag.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
but you know.
That nice
man,
bag.
Yeah, maybe they had that nice golf bag.
yeah, nice golf bag.
But you know, save some for a later date, man. Because like I said,
definitely.
you're more than welcome on this show anytime, bro.
Yeah, the story of Susie was very long, bro. Like, my life is...
That's gonna be a whole separate episode.
Right,
But one thing, if you can leave any type of advice, maybe for your kids or for someone, just in general, bro, because like me, I personally know, because, you know, we're cool like that, like something, either like to pass, how you say it, like pass it forward.
Well,
pay it forward.
I think I would say for my kids and everybody else in general, fuck people. And straight David Goggins, you know, shout out to David Goggins. Fuck people. If you wake up every day worrying what people think about you, your life's gonna be in shambles. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna break you down. They're not gonna make you feel good. Fuck people. And I tell everybody, I don't look. I don't work out. I don't go to the gym. I'm beautiful. I'm sexy. I can still see my toes. You're sexy. You're beautiful, bro. You're beautiful. Everybody's beautiful, and that's a problem with society. So what I say is, fuck people. You know, you do you. You know, because like I said yesterday when I showed that David Goggins, what did he say? Yeah. If a hater saw you walking on water, the first thing they said, the only reason why he can walk on water because he can't fucking swim. Haters, you need haters. Bless them. You see a hater, smile at them. Tell them thank you. Because without them, they ain't going to make you anything, you know? And for my kids, hey, your dad loves you. I love you guys. Anybody else who's doing my life, anybody been around my life, I love you guys, because, I mean, sometimes we got to be told by strangers. It's weird. Yeah. You tell somebody, you know, stranger, hey, I love you. They're like looking at you, but then the reaction is like, I love you too, bro. Like, you know, because a lot of people need that. You know, it brings people up every morning. That word "I love you" doesn't just mean between a man and a woman. It means a pact between people, or as souls. Like, it doesn't matter man or woman or woman man. It's souls. It's like, you know, you make yourself feel good. You know, like, hey, I love you, and it does. It'll make you feel good. Your whole day will go good. You know, you can have the shittiest day, and somebody tell you, you know what? Hey, you're gorgeous. You're beautiful. Hey, you know, I love you, man. You know, just love each other. That's pretty much it. That's all I gotta say. Like, you know, next time we'll talk about other stuff. You know.
All right, man. Once again, man, thank you for coming to the Last Dope podcast, man.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody out there. You know, all the boys out there. Everybody, give me a shout out. You know, and especially you guys. So it took us a long time, but you got me here. So, you know.
Yeah, definitely, man. All right, Dirty, man. Thanks for coming, bro.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Brawley 760. I'm out.